Are you just stuck in a rut right now? No matter what you do, the scale will just not budge. You're feeling uninspired, you're feeling unmotivated, and frankly, you're just a bit over it. If that is you, I feel you, and I'm so glad you're here, because in today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you your healthy girl guide, including 10 healthy habits that are going to help you show up differently in 2025, lose weight, and feel like yourself again. So let's get into it. Hello, my name is Laura and I am an online exercise physiologist and accredited sports nutritionist. Over here in this channel, it is all science-backed information packaged in a tangible way so you can start achieving your goals in a realistic and sustainable way. Think about it like going out for a coffee with your bestie and chatting all things health and wellness. So let's be real. Starting healthy habits is really easy when you're excited, when you're motivated. When it's the start of the year, maybe when you're seeing some amazing results, it's easy to keep going. But staying consistent when life gets busy, that's the hard bit. Staying consistent when you feel like nothing is working is even harder. You start really strong, you're ticking all the boxes, and all of a sudden you've got so many things going on, then you start to fall off track. Then you feel guilty about it, then you beat yourself up, then you promise yourself you'll just start again the following week. And no matter how hard you try, you just always feel like you're starting from scratch, stuck in this vicious cycle. It's tearing you down and you don't want to live like this anymore. And I get it, I was here for so long. But what you have to realize is that it's not a willpower problem. Right now, the way that you're approaching your healthy habits and weight loss in general is all or nothing. It's an all or nothing approach. You're either all in or all out. At any time you don't reach your expectations, you don't do things perfectly, one little slip up, you make yourself feel like you're wrong and that you're failing, you beat yourself up for it, and then promise yourself you're going to start again. But that cycle is keeping you stuck. So what I want to be super clear about today's healthy habits, this is not something that you're going to take and you're going to get super excited about and be super motivated and do all of these things, because that is just playing out that same pattern that probably got you here. Instead, I really want you to try and look at this at one thing at a time, because these healthy habits are not going to be like planning your meals, doing grocery shopping, things like that. These healthy habits are actually to help you get out of a rut so that you can remain consistent with your weight loss goals. Because at the end of the day, we know we have to be consistent, but if you keep falling into these ruts, then we know we're never going to be successful. Because at the end of the day, when you feel better, you show up better. And when you show up better, you get results. And that is why all of these healthy habits are based in and around looking after ourselves, self-care, and treating ourselves with self-respect, and essentially raising our vibe so that we feel good to get results. So if you're ready for a reset and a 2005 glow up without the guilt, without the restriction, and without starting again every single Monday, let's dive into the 10 life-changing habits that will get you feeling inspired, consistent, and finally back in control. Number 1 is try a new recipe, and a recipe that fills your soul, that looks freaking delicious and amazing. Something that's fun, not bland. When we get stuck in this rut, this is like, oh, food, what am I even going to eat? I can't eat that, I can't eat this. At the end of the day, you can eat anything as long as it's in the right portion sizes for you. And this is something I absolutely love doing anytime that I am in a bit of a rut. I'll go onto TikTok, get some inspiration, then cook myself up a beautiful, satisfying meal. I romanticize it. I put on my YouTube, put some headphones on, and just go really slow and enjoy myself, be present whilst making the food. At the moment, I've been absolutely loving making Greek food because at the moment it's July, everyone is in Eurosummer right now and I am not. So I'm using that as my inspiration, and I've been making these amazing Greek bowls with lamb, some with couscous, with fries, Greek salad. It just gets you so excited about food again. And when you get excited by food, you're more inclined to make better choices and eat really healthy. So that is number 1, is try a new recipe that actually looks super satisfying and something that you're really going to enjoy. Number 2 is declutter and organize your fridge. There is nothing better than opening up your fridge and just having an aesthetic view. Everything's organized, everything's in the right spot, glass containers, cut up some fruit, cut up some vegetables, have it all prepped in the fridge. But again, it's all about romanticizing those little moments and actually enjoying the experience. Doing something to make it look a little bit more aesthetic. Putting a little bit more time and attention and energy into it. So then every single time you open your fridge, you're excited. It makes you happy. So therefore, you're feeling good. So then you're going to keep going with achieving your goal. And at the end of the day, if it looks good and it looks organized, you're probably more inclined to actually eat it. Now, number 3, this kind of goes hand in hand with number 2, and I did number 3 about a month ago, and honestly, it has changed the game with my cooking experience, and that is decluttering and organizing my pantry. Oh, every time I open it, I'm just like, oh, these ingredients, everything is so easy to access. So my resistance to cooking has gone completely down. And I also just love looking at it because it's aesthetic and it's just like an all-round vibe. Doing that makes me feel good, and when I feel good, we see results. Because at the end of the day, less chaos means more clarity. So look at your pantry and declutter it. Number 4. Now, this one might sound a little bit confusing because you're like, what? This is going to help me lose weight? But hear me out. And this is an intentional solo date to go and get yourself a little coffee and a pastry. No guilt, no tracking, just pure enjoyment. And why I suggest this is because at the end of the day, one of the biggest reasons why women don't lose weight is because they're focusing on just restricting and cutting everything out and then they'll binge eat. Or second is because of emotional eating. They're bored, they're stressed, they're tired, and then they'll go to food. So therefore, doing things that actually make us feel good and our soul feel good and make us feel happy and excited, like going out on a solo date to get a pastry to really fill up your cup, means you're actually increasing your emotional tolerance. And all that means is just being able to regulate and handle your emotions a lot better. So then when you are exhausted, you are tired, you are stressed, you then can manage those emotions because you're looking after your emotional tolerance. So therefore you're less likely to actually emotionally eat. Sounds roundabout backwards, but there's method behind the madness. So having a slow morning, going out for a pastry, and not from a like treat yourself kind of way, just for I am filling up my soul and looking after my mental well-being, because this is something I just genuinely love to do. And therefore, you feel good, you see results. So now number 5 is on your notes app, create a go-to meals list. Because there's going to be moments where you're going to be tired, exhausted, and the last thing that you want to be thinking about is your nutrition. So just having some really easy options that are saved to your phone, that you know that you love to eat, that are super satisfying, that are macro balanced, so that when you're caught in these moments and caught off guard, you have that list that you can go to and being like, yes, I want to have that sun-dried tomato pesto gnocchi, or yes, I want to have that lamb Greek kofta bowl, or yes, I want to have that teriyaki salmon sushi bowl. Just having this already pre-planned, already organized, and then make sure that when you have your notes app open, it's aesthetic, it's organized, it's clean, it's crisp, it's there, ready to go. It's not this jumbled mess of all these random ideas, so that you can just flip it out and being like, yep, boom, done, sorted. Number 6, and this is something I have also been doing myself and I've been obsessed with it. It's just a weekly baking session on the weekend, and I've been baking a high protein, calling it a hot girl snack for the week. So lately I've made top deck brownies. They were amazing. I've made white chocolate and raspberry banana bread, Nutella protein balls, and like so many different things. I do have a cookbook. I will link that down below if you're ever looking for more inspiration. But what I do is I, again, romanticize the moment, enjoy it, cook it, have some peaceful time to essentially then set myself up for the week. I've got my high protein snack, and in the afternoon is when I like to have something a little bit sweet. So I'll enjoy my brownie because I've spent the time on the weekend just doing a bit of baking to fill up my cup. So essentially, bit of a win-win. Now, number 7, start one day of your week with a reset hour. And this is something that I also have been doing religiously because I absolutely love it, is, you know, I, for a long time, ran the narrative in my head of I always have to be doing something. If I'm not doing something, then I'm not being productive. and I would always get out of bed, I'd go for a run, go to the gym, or, you know, do something productive. But my nervous system was jacked. I had low energy in the afternoon. I would be craving a lot of food, and I just wasn't really looking after my body because everything was run off fear, right? If I'm not productive, then I'm lazy. If I'm not productive, then I'm not disciplined. And if I'm not disciplined, then I'm not going to see the results that I want. Like, that was the narrative that I was running off. And what I know to be true, that's the complete opposite, because when you actually take the time to rest and recover, fill up your cup, the more productive that you are, the more emotionally stable you are, the less hungry you are, the better performance you have in the gym. Right? So this is why one morning, sometimes 2 mornings, I intentionally sleep in. I will have a coffee in bed. I will get out my journal, do some self-awareness work, check in with myself. How am I feeling? What am I grateful for? What am I saying yes to that I don't want to? And just really ask myself some really solid questions just to check in with how I'm feeling emotionally. I light a candle and just allow myself to have that time and stillness and slowness, again, just to recharge the batteries. And I can say, like, this has helped me so much in terms of energy levels, my mood, and my recovery as well. And also just the all-round vibe. Now, number 8 is curate a high vibe playlist. There is nothing better than when you're having a bit of a downer day, you're feeling emotional, you're feeling sad, you're feeling anxious. There is nothing better than putting on a good playlist and having a dance. I'm a Disney lover. I, grew up watching Hannah Montana. I love like allowing the inner child to just come out and play through dance. So a lot of times when I am picking some playlists, that's the type of music that I will listen to. I'll bring out Disney, I'll bring out Nobody's Perfect by Hannah Montana and just have I will have a boogie, I'll have a vibe. And the way that can lift your mood and bring you out of a funk in the moment is just crazy. So create a playlist, allow your inner child to come out and play, do what feels right for you, do not judge yourself for it, and just have fun with it. Now, number 9, this is something that I love to do, is just making small little updates to your environment. Maybe that's getting bougie linen and sheets. Maybe that's having, really nice towels. Maybe that's buying a new mug. Maybe that's buying a new drink bottle. Now, obviously we can't be buying things all of the time, but sometimes it can just be those small little life upgrades that can completely transform our mood and how we're feeling. I remember when I bought my sheets, I got my latest ones off Bed Threads, and the vibe of just going to bed and going to sleep, I'm just like, it lifts the mood because I'm just in such a bougie environment and we're absolutely here for it. So small little upgrades can go such a good, big, long way to help you get out of that rut, feel good in yourself again, because tiny details equals elevated energy. And then the last habit is going to be a feel good corner. And welcome to my feel good corner. I've actually been building on this and I absolutely love it. I will come and I'll sit here, I'll put my laptop, I'll watch Love Island, I'll eat my dinner and just give myself the space and the time just to decompress, sit here and just enjoy it. Again, it's just pattern interrupting. You've just had a big day, at work. If you can just come to a place where you feel cozy and relaxed and it makes you feel good, then you can decompress, enjoy yourself, and make yourself feel good, because remember, when we feel good is when we see results. Creating a little space within your house can be so freaking powerful because you can do things then that can help you raise your vibe. For me, lately, I've also been doing a bit of coloring. That's been super fun. But like lighting a candle, I actually have a candle here. You can't see it. You can read your book. You can just enjoy yourself, be present, be mindful, instead of just being constantly stuck on the scroll, comparing yourself to other people and just getting in a bigger, deeper hole. So I really hope that this episode has potentially sparked some inspiration for you to being like, yeah, this is what I want to do to help myself get out of a rut. Remember, please do not do all of them at once. Do one, do it well, tick it off, then move to the next one, because we're not falling into an all or nothing pattern. Let me know in the comments which one you're most excited to try first. Let me know. Let's talk about it. And if you enjoyed this video, I am willing to bet that you are going to absolutely love the video breaking down the habits, the routines that helped me drop 10 kilos in 2025. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you more than you know, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.